Do you want to help your child with their interaction skills, but find that bottomless laundry basket and endless to-do list a real challenge when it comes to finding the space to sit down and work with your child? Well, in the next few minutes, I'd like to tell you some ways that you can use everyday life experiences to boost your child's communication skills. I'm Linda Phillips, speech and language therapist and founder of Parenting Autism, where we teach parents of young autistic children key skills to boost their children's communication and interaction skills. Typically, developing children are constantly seeking out the attention of their parents. They're always saying, "Mum, look at me," "Daddy, come and see this," "Grandma, look what I found." And as they do this, what's happening is they are practicing their social skills, and they're also opening themselves up to learning opportunities, because as they engage, the other person responds and gives them some information. But this is something that autistic children do on a relatively limited basis, sometimes not at all. So our response to that needs to be not to shrug our shoulders and go, "Oh dear," but to create opportunities in everyday life so they can also have the chance to practice and open themselves up to learning opportunities from the people around them. One of the skills that is fundamental to all communication is joint attention, and this is where we are sharing an experience with another person. And a key skill in joint attention is being able to follow a point. So if I point to an airplane up in the sky and say, "Look," you immediately alert and you look up towards the sky because you are using my point and my eye gaze to find that object. This is a skill that autistic children typically find very difficult, but everyday life lends itself to us teaching that skill in a way that makes sense. Now, we don't want to start by pointing to things that are far away, like a tractor in a field, because the distance between my point and the object is huge, and so it's quite difficult for the child to work out what it is that I'm actually pointing to. So what we want to do is we want to start with objects that are close to us. We want to point, label, say "look," and then show the child that this means that I am pointing to that. I'm talking about that. Okay. So take meal times, for example. Little children can't do things like chopping things with sharp knives or using the cooker, but there are things they can do. They can take cutlery, serviettes, salt and pepper, things like that, and put them on the table. So what you would want to do is you would want to take the object, "Look, salt," and then give it to your child and either help them or let them put it onto the table themselves. And then afterwards, once you are sitting down and eating, you want to talk about the food. Make this a real shared experience. Yummy carrots, delicious potatoes, things like that, so that they are sharing this experience. They are not off in another world while you are actually being physically present together. Another everyday life experience that you can use is shopping. So normally shopping can be quite a stressful experience with little children, but try and involve them in the process. So as you take some of the lighter things off the shelf, label it, "Look, cereal," and then let the child put it into the trolley or the basket. You can also talk about the properties of the objects, things like a pineapple, for example. "Look, pineapple, spiky," and then put it together in the trolley. Or cereal, take "Look, cereal," shake it, listen to it, so it becomes much more of a shared experience. And when you get home, you can reverse that process by letting your child help you unload just a few items from the bag, and perhaps all they're doing is taking them from the bag and putting them on the table. But again, it's another opportunity. "Look, cereal," and then place it on the table. Another everyday life experience that you can use is cooking. Children love to be involved in this process, and they can help with things like stirring, icing cakes, putting toppings on desserts, things like that. Same applies. Take the item, look, spoon, stir, and then make it a real shared experience. Another everyday experience is bath time. Children quite often like the whole sensory experience, and bath time provides lots of really wonderful opportunities for sharing your attention. You can have bubbles, make a pretend beard or a pretend hat. Ping pong balls are a great one because you can push them under the water and they bounce back up. You can take a sponge and you can squeeze it and let the water dribble all over your child. One mother I worked with would actually climb into the bath with her child because he so enjoyed the water, and it was just the one time of the day where he would really share his attention with her. I'm not suggesting that you go that far, but the point is that you can make this experience all about shared attention and enjoyment, or you can just treat it as another thing that you have to do and get done in the day, but you miss out on the communication opportunities if you take that approach. Now, you might find some children will tend to ignore you when you are doing this, and that's okay. You can guide them physically, gently through the process. But please do keep in mind the idea of this is to have fun, it's to enjoy the experience together. So we never want to force a situation or force a child to do anything. And if they are especially resistant, then don't make it happen. Rather, what you would want to do is to just be with them then in a situation and allow them to decide what to do, and then you simply follow what it is that they are doing. Thank you for watching this video. Please tell me in the comments something that you do that helps to build shared attention in everyday life. And if you found this video useful, can I ask you a favor? Would you share it on your social media so that other parents can hear the message? And to thank you for that, I'd like to give you a free gift which you can claim at www.parentingautismcoach.com.